Hi, here is a run through of my full year 2025 forecast for MTN Nigeria. And if you have any questions, feel free to share. Please like, share, comment. It helps with the channel. And I do this just to, because I realize that if you go online, there's not enough content on Nigerian stocks. So this is just my own way of trying to get out knowledge to as many people as possible. So every like, share, it helps push that to people, and more people learn, the better the market, the better the investment decisions. And just generally, it's just education, right? So MTN Nigeria, what do they sell? MTN Nigeria sells data and they sell airtime, right? So the last few years have been a bit difficult for the firm. Nigeria, sharp movement in the exchange rate, sharp increase in energy costs. Energy costs are a big chunk of the cost that they have, base tower, operating costs. Hard to renegotiate that. So the last few years have been tough. Q1 numbers were kind of interesting, and I think I have a breakdown here of okay, I have a revenue breakdown here. Great. So what you can see here, what you have, I mean, voice revenue 353, data revenue 528, and this was major for me because if you assume that data revenue is kind of going to be constant, means that from data alone they're probably going to make 2 trillion, voice maybe 1.2 trillion, so that's like a 3 trillion naira. 1.2 plus 2, that's 3.2. So that's really major in terms of voice and data. But back to my forecast. Now, a simple way to forecast this is I take the first quarter earnings per share, um, and I assume that the remaining 3 quarters you're going to have earnings per share of around 8 naira. Now, why do I say so? First quarter numbers don't fully reflect higher revenue resulting from tariff hike. So it's Q2 that will reflect this. And my own estimate is maybe they might have what, 10, 20%, um, uh, maybe 20, 30% higher revenue. So I assume EPS could be around 8 naira. It could come down a bit less than that, but I think worst case scenario is maybe 7 naira, 50 kobo or something. Anyways, if you take that and say from January to December they make 30 naira point 38 kobo in earnings per share. I'm using a PE ratio, and you can just go and learn what the PE ratio is about. It's about. And PE ratio simply means price divided by earnings per share. Now, I'm using a PE ratio of 15 because if you look at its peers around the continent, I think the closest example you can probably use is Safaricom of Kenya. I think Safaricom is trading at around 12 or 15 PE ratio of 14. But for me, I decided to use a PE ratio of 15. Really, pre all the shocks, if you work out the 5 year average growth rate in earnings, I think it's around 20 something. So 15 is a fair multiple to use. You take your 15 multiplied by 30.3, you get 455. As when I drew this video yesterday, MTN was trading around, let's see if we can have it, 355.9. So that gives potential upside of 28%. Now, for those expecting a dividend, I don't think this firm would pay a dividend this year, but I think early next year, first half of next year, they should go back to paying interim dividends. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. Please note this is not financial advice. I'm very keen. So you cannot base your investment decisions simply because someone has said MTN should be trading at a certain price. You need to do your own research. Stocks, as always, are a high risk investment. So all the more reason you should do your research. I hope you found this useful. Do let me know. Have a good trading day.